I'm doing something different today. Normally this channel is about electric cars, news, reviews, and so forth, but today I'm going to talk about the channel, not so much the electric cars in particular. And the reason I'm doing that is because last Sunday I did something very similar. I was telling you guys about what's going to be happening with me and my channel moving forward this year, and I got a lot of great response. Thank you so much for, by the way, your support means a lot. This is literally fuel to me to continue going with this channel, and as you know, I produce a video a day dating back to last November. Haven't missed a day since then, and you know, I don't get paid for it just yet. I still have a day job, so your comments and love and support really is what keeps me going right now, and I really appreciate it. Now today I'm also maybe going to solicit a little bit more of your comments, but more of a feedback about what I'm just about to tell you about, sort of my vision about not so much what but how I see this channel moving forward this year and next year. So get ready, get your fingers going in the comment section. I'm going to talk about it all coming up next.
Taking over the world, electrifying the world,
All right, let's talk about it. First, of course, if this is your first time watching me, if you want to stay up to date on everything that's going on in the world of electric cars, go ahead and click on that subscribe button so you don't miss anything moving forward. And of course, thank you to my sponsor, Evanex. The description of this video has the discount code you can use to save yourself a few bucks on your aftermarket Tesla accessories. Love that brand. Have a good time on their website if you're looking to get something cool for your Tesla. All right, so let me rewind a little bit, and just in case if you didn't see my video last Sunday, I was talking about, you know, what's happening with me pretty much this month. I am moving to Sacramento in 3 weeks. This is a major move for me. The last time I had this big of a change in my life, I moved from Russia here to California 26 years ago. I was 15, so this is pretty big for me. And also, this is the first time in my life I will be downgrading my lifestyle for a cause that's really dear to me. And you know, right now I've been living in Silicon Valley, and you know, it's been great. I mean, I can afford 2 Teslas, which is obviously I'm very thankful for, and I live in a nice place. This is a nice area with a lot of opportunities, great weather, and so forth. But the reason I'm moving to Sacramento is because that simply will cut my bills in half. I will probably be replacing one of my Teslas with most likely a Chevy Bolt. That's actually based on your comments and feedback, so thank you for that. You know, obviously Sacramento is not exactly a premier area, if you will, but that's okay. I'm fine with that, and the reason I'm doing that is obviously because I would like to go full-time with YouTube, and you know, quit my day job at some point, hopefully starting next year, because I feel like I can do so much more if I, you know, don't spend my day basically working full-time job and concentrate on this channel full-time. So I feel like I can do so much more for the community, not just with this channel, but in many other ways how I can get myself involved. And we can talk about it maybe probably next video if this one goes well. I'll share with you my vision about what I can do beyond this YouTube channel. But I'm moving to do this just so I can set myself up to be able to, you know, afford to be living and doing this full time. Obviously, this channel is not that big. Even by the end of the year, you know, I'm at what I'll be probably at 20,000 by the end of this month, maybe 40,000 by the end of the year subscribers. So at that time, I feel like I will be able to make just a little bit to break even with my few bills that I'm going to have there. All right, so just that out of the way. But let's talk about how is it that, you know, a channel like this can earn money, because, well, I mean, technically I can say, well, it's really none of your business, guys, how I earn money. And that would be true for most channels probably. But in this case, I feel that, you know, depending on how I'm going to be earning money on this channel, it can affect the sort of the almost an overall theme and feel, and even influence maybe this channel one way or another. And I want to make sure that I do it the right way. Obviously, you guys understand when you're watching, you know, news, CNN, Fox, whatever you're watching, the sponsors have some pull over the content, and a lot of times those sponsors, have a pony in the race, right? They care about how the news are presented because the companies have interest in other companies that or events that are on the news, and that's the challenge here. Now, as you probably know, YouTubers make money in just a very few different ways. Two ways really, if you kind of break it down into like major categories. One is sponsors, and that can vary from Google ads that you see like pre-rolls, like you watch a little bit of a commercial and you can skip before the videos. You will never see that on my channel. I think it's a bit insulting, to be honest with you, to the viewing audience, because if I'm going to promote brands or whatever in my videos that I want, that I think you guys will enjoy and I believe in, I don't want you guys also sitting through more commercials, right? So you've never seen it on my channel, you probably never will. And to be honest with you, being dependent on YouTube is not that great for creators. But the bigger way to how to get money from brands is basically have a sponsor. Now I have Evanex as a sponsor, and they've been great, obviously, and I love this brand. I really don't have to strain myself to talk about it because I'm a customer, even been a customer before they got on board. But right now my goal is just to break even. In the future, obviously, I will have to expand and maybe get a different, bigger sponsor or other sponsors, and that's one way to go. But of course, you guys know that, let's say a BMW jumps on board as a sponsor. Well, I want to make sure that doesn't really change the way that I report on that brand. I don't shy away from criticizing brands if I believe they're not exactly doing the right thing for the electric car movement, and I will be sure to make that's in the contract, and the brand understands that my opinion will be very independent from them sponsoring the channel, and they will just have to be okay with that. It will be hard to prove that to the audience because everybody could just say, well, obviously you're bought by BMW, so you will always do good news, and look the other way when I don't. It might look a little odd, no matter what my commitment to it is going to be. Hopefully I can get a brand, something that I already love, right? Like, you guys know I love Byton. If Byton will sponsor the show, let's say one time or on a regular basis, I won't have to change my tune. I love the brand. Hopefully they'll stay the course that I like. Or it could be a brand that really won't matter because, like they won't have a pony in this race, like Pepsi, let's say. They have no agenda in electric cars. That's one way how I'm looking at this. The other way, of course, is to get the support from you guys. And you know that I have a Patreon page, and that's where you can pay anywhere from $1 to $5, and you can up it to whatever you want. Some people donate $20, which is amazing, and thank you for that. And this is how YouTubers get support, financial support for their audience. Now, most of the cases, this is just kind of almost tips. The audience, the people kind of tip a little bit monthly, and YouTuber gets a chunk of money that he or she uses to kind of buy equipment and pay bills with it. But most of the time, this is kind of I don't want to say charity, but just a support for nothing really in return. I don't really like that either. What I have right now going on is my Patreons get to watch me live. And then on YouTube, you only get to see a repost within an hour, so you're not that much behind. But that makes it difficult because, of course, those who, my Patreons are not always able to watch me live or in the time zone where it's just not possible for them. I have to say that I haven't figured it out yet, and feel free to suggest some ideas on what I can offer to my Patreons to grow that community and so forth. So those are two different ways how you can get supported. Of course, when you get supported by your audience, you're also kind of maybe taken hostage, right? Let's say if half of my supporters will be, diehard Tesla fans, and then I say something negative about Elon Musk, which I do all the time. I've been criticizing him a lot, especially lately, right? Then they can say, well, you either stop that or we're going to all, leave and then you won't be able to pay your bills. So that's, another sort of thing that I don't want a large chunk of the community to sort of hold the news that I am supposed to deliver to you without any bias hostage. So now I have to pick a strategy pretty soon, right? And it can be 50-50, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But I want to make sure, and this is kind of why this whole video is really, you're watching it, is that I want to be very careful to make sure that my opinions and the news and reports that I deliver are still independent, right? And that's why I'm just kind of wondering, what kind of brands do you guys see me going for as far as sponsors? What kind of brands do you think I should stay away from? Is it all car brands? Or is it okay to have a car brand as long as it's not, let's say, a Toyota that hasn't done anything for electric car community? Do you think it's okay to have companies like Shell, which is oil company, but it's one of the first oil companies that are actually making its move to creating a charging network, and probably will play a big role in our sort of, as I call it, electric car revolution, as they're jumping on board. As you know, they have their own recharge program where they have now some of the gas stations equipped with charging stations. They have invested in Ionity, one of basically the alternative to Tesla superchargers that are being developed in the next couple of years in Europe. Would that be a good sponsor? Or are we absolutely 100% hate oil companies no matter what? You know, something to think about it for me and for really all of us. And as far as Patreons are concerned, I want to know what it is that my Patreons would enjoy. What kind of content can I provide? Again, I don't want people just contributing for the sake of it, even though I really do appreciate it, but I really would like to give value. Maybe live videos is not so much of a value to some people, then I would like to know what. Is it maybe a crash course about how to buy an electric car? Maybe something more ongoing, right? Maybe these vlogs like this should go to Patreon. I really don't know. I hate to admit it, I really don't know, but this is why I feel like you guys have been pretty good to me as far as giving me honest feedback. Definitely don't. You guys are definitely not afraid of hurting my feelings, so I definitely can count on that. But the reason I'm talking about it, this month is because as I'm making this move, I'm all in. I'm all in. Most of my life has already been about this YouTube channel, but starting next month is going to be pretty much all of my life is going to be about this YouTube channel, which I love. By the way, don't feel sorry for me. This is not a, let's feel sorry for Alex. This is my choice. I wouldn't have it any other way. But I want to make sure that I set myself up to structure where I can make some income and pay my bills without jeopardizing what the whole cause of this channel is, which is the promotion of green energy and electric car technology. Yeah, so these are my thoughts out loud. Again, it's kind of weird to share this with you, but you really liked it last time, so I'm doing it again. And I'm actually I'm looking forward to your comment section. This video is really going to be about the comment section for me, so please dive in there and have your say in it. Yeah, and I think I have one more for next week, because I just want to talk about just the community and what I see as not only my role in the community, or where I would hope this community will move in the next 1 to 2 years. So, all right, guys, that's all I got. I'm looking forward to the comments. Other than that, see you guys next time. And remember to stay charged.